Alright, so we've started a new file and named it the FOBA Drawing Link Revit. And we previously set up a whole bunch of stuff using the Rhino file, but we're going to use those settings for the DWG link. So the process for linking a DWG is very similar. DWGs, if you can use them, I would recommend this linking process as my preferred one. Sometimes it doesn't deal well with complex geometry. I'm not sure. And then you might have to use an SAT, which has other issues, which we may discuss in class. SAT tends to translate in better. And just in case I haven't mentioned it, I think I did mention it in the beginning, but in order to get section cuts, you have to have closed poly surfaces from Rhino or whatever program you're using. They have to be a solid math. So this is a Rhino file of closed poly surfaces that has been exported to CAD. Okay, so we're going to start the same way we started before. I'm going to go to my site plan, right? I'll go ahead and close my hidden windows. And if I were just to go to Insert and Link CAD, I'm going to do this really quickly, but don't do this. I'll leave all of these the same, and notice there is no categorization option here. If I click Open, right, it brings that in, and then if I go to Plan A1, it looks the same as the site. It's not sectioning it, right? So if it's not categorized, Revit doesn't know what to do with it. It can look at it in 3D, but it doesn't know what to do with it. So we have got to categorize this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that. So in order to categorize it, we're going to trick Revit a little bit. And we're going to go to Architecture, Component, Model in Place. And that's going to allow us to categorize it as one of these categories. So categories over and over and over again, right? So I'm going to categorize it as a generic model and click OK. And I'll give it a name, FOBA, right? Click OK. And now what Revit does is it sends us into what's called a sketch mode. So it allows us to make extrusions and revolves and all this kind of stuff in here, but we don't want to do that. All we want to do is insert and link CAD. So I'm going to go to link CAD again. I'm going to pick my FOBA base and click open, and it's going to bring that guy in. It's going to look very similar, and I'm going to go to finish model. Now if I go to A1, I'm getting the floor plan, right? So it's bringing that floor plan and it's sectioning that floor plan. So by categorizing it, it gives Revit the ability to see it. Okay. Now, let's take a look at how Revit sees the objects. And I'm going to go to my visibility graphics here. And I'm going to go to imported categories and imports and families. We have access to projection surface overlines for every layer. This is not the case with Rhino. So, and also, and we'll look at this in a minute, if I go to object styles, so I'm going to go to manage and object styles, which controls how the objects are viewed, which we'll talk about in a minute. If I go to imported objects and expand imports and families, I have access to projection line weight, and also all the materials are broken up here, right? And I can assign different materials to this guy, right? So it's not just a material in the material browser, it's actually a material assignment to every single layer, which is pretty great.